Hello out there, art lovers around the world. Welcome to my first ever sketchbook tour. So this sketchbook is from 2019-ish, and this is the first time I got an actual art. No, it's not. Let me not even say that. But this is the first time I started using paint markers, these paint markers, and got a book and set out, committed to finish an entire sketchbook type deal. So these are some stickers on the front, these are some stickers on the back. There are a couple of sketchbooks that I've done before this one and many more after it, because once I started this one I was like, oh yeah, I like this, I want to do more. So this is the first video of many, and eventually I want to have videos of all my sketchbooks, because the only other way you would be able to see what's in my sketchbooks is if you are holding them in person, you know. So I feel like they need to live somewhere. The art needs to live on so people can actually see what I'll be making, you know. So here we go. This is the first page. And I don't know how much talking I'll do. I was torn between doing just a voiceover and then talking after, but I just was thinking too much about it. I was just like, I need to set up the camera, flip through the book, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, here we go. And like I said, this is my first time using paint markers, and it's just an exploration of that medium, almost exclusively, I think. Some pen work. But the thing that blew my mind was that now I could draw lighter colors on top of darker colors, and using regular markers, I could never really do that. And also with this is one of my favorite pens. It's like a Uniball, but it's white, and the white on top of the black combo really does it for me. It's me again, looking to do colors on top of other colors, a little bit of shading, practicing with the white, the black. I love a good black outline. Orange and lime green are my all-time two favorite colors, so I started out with a lot of that. And then Inktober is a draw every day for the month of October challenge. There's usually prompts where you draw ghosts, and you do your interpretation of a ghost or pumpkin or a rose or whatever, but I'm solely an abstract artist, so the prompts never really appealed to me. I just use it as an opportunity to draw every single day for the month of October. So going from this now is the Inktober. So this is October 1st, the first day of Inktober 2019. It's interesting to look back at these. Because even in my head, if you're like, where were you October 3rd, 2019? I'm like, I don't know, but I remember drawing this sitting in the park on a bench. I remember where I was drawing a lot of things. So when I see it, it takes me back to that memory. And that is a cool feeling to have. I was at my sister's house for this one. I didn't like this one. This felt like a rushed job, but the best thing about Inktober is that it doesn't matter if you don't like a drawing, because there's always going to be a drawing the next day. So it really gets you out of your head and releases your I don't know what the word is, your expectation, your obsession almost of it needs to feel right, it needs to look right, because it doesn't really. There's always another day to draw. Metallics, I love metallics. Look how shiny. This is this language I started doing. Was this the first time I started doing it? This might have been around the first time. No, maybe a year before then I started doing this, the language, and then just building on that. So you'll see a lot of that in coming sketchbooks. This one, when I didn't have my sketchbook on me, I drew this on another sheet of paper and then cut it apart and then glued it in here. So you can see that's another sheet of paper. Added in there later. I like these ones. These colors. Wouldn't you? I'm not usually a pink girl. I don't usually use pink, but seeing it with these colors and with the black and the white, ooh, I love that. The push and the pull of the black and white gets me going. Most of my art is made to be viewed any orientation. So that's a lot of times where I sign my name like this. It's just because I want you to know that it can be looked at any kind of way. Love that gold shimmer. I like these too. It makes me feel like I want to touch it. Love circles. The paint markers really showed me that I could layer. I was never really a layered person like that. I didn't really like layer colors. And this kind of invites you to do that. So I outlined some of them with the black. I love a good outline as well. This, I felt like it was very scrambled. I just kind of like didn't know. I think I was gonna go on top and do white, and then I didn't. And then the days kept going, and I was like, you know what? It's not October 21st anymore, so let it live how it's gonna be. I just let it live like that. Some of them are very rushed and haphazard. Ooh, but I like this. Some of them took more time, you know, a little shading with pencil, but for the most part, pink markers. All the blacks paint markers. The golds are some paint markers, some gold pen, like I showed you before. And the white on top of the black. This friend of mine wrote, "This is for the lovers who dare to be intimate with themselves," and then I did all the artwork around it. Little collabo. Look at the cute little stars. Color pencil. These are all color pencils. A fluorescent paint marker. Fluorescent yellow. That's fun. I think this is, yeah, it's silver in there. Oh, I remember this one was drawn with my left hand. Everything is left-handed. I'm pretty ambidextrous, but I favor my right hand, but sometimes I draw with my left hand just to show myself I still got it. And it brings out something else, you know? So this is with my left hand, and this is with my right hand, kind of left brain, right brain, you know, coming together type sort of thing. Color pencils. Or crayons? Nah. Color pencils. And this was the last Inktober day. That was the final Inktober day. And then, oh, is this the year where I kept going? Oh, I kept going. After drawing every day for a month, it became so much of a habit that I just kept going. So this was November 1st, November 2nd, and so forth. So on and so forth. See this one? I remember I was cramping really bad. I was on my period, and I was like, I don't feel like drawing. So I think I drew it on something else. Yeah, put it in there. Oh, my mom is calling me. This one, I was just drawing how I felt. This is what my insides felt like. No, not much to it, but I played with using this symbol as my signature for a little bit instead of writing my name on anything, but using this. But even still, this locks it into an orientation kind of, but it's a cool symbol, but I don't know, you know, how does one sign their work? But you can switch it up. You can choose to do whatever you want to do. And that was me experimenting. I liked it, but it does just look like the rest of the stuff, but there's that. And I was experimenting using the date like this, 11/10/19. You can see that's the dates look cool, I think. Lots of overlapping again. This is one of my first types of doodles. I remember doing stuff like this in high school, just like the lines, the repetitive lines. Colored pencil. The negative space of the page coming through. Great choice. A tiny, this might be a 0.3 drawing pen, micron. Fine liner. Pink and purple. Yeah, a lot of these are just filling up. I'm trying to get through the rest of the book. I can see that now. Not really fleshing out new ideas or anything. This is kind of cool. The white over the white spaces. These are colored pencils. Almost to the, wait, did I finish at the same time, the end of the month and the end of the book? Oh, we're about to find out. Did I really do that? November 27th, 28th, 29th. Oh, this was like on an index card. Glue it, or tape that in. These are regular markers, not paint markers. And this is the last month of November. Wow. So cool. And that's the end of the book. The last pages I use is like testers and color testing pages, marker testing pages of every book I have. It would be cool to see all of these together actually, but they're experimenting pages. That's cool, like that. That looks like tape almost, but it's marker. Signature. And yes, that is the sketchbook. It has a little pocket in there. Don't know what's in here. That's sketchbook tour number 1. Stay tuned for more sketchbook tours if you are interested in seeing the growth from this one to the next one, and if you're interested in seeing some of my sketchbooks before this, because depending on how this looks when I upload it and stuff, I would like to upload the rest of them. So thank you for being here, whether you're new here or you've been around for a long while. I appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Bye.